The Bad Guys 2 movie review, the sequel to this. Now, I didn't see the first one, but I gotta say the second one, I'm a big fan of it. I like it. The animation, I like that they have these moments in the film where they use like 2D cartoon type animation for reactions and stuff. I thought that was a cute little detail that they do in the film. And then I like, yeah, we opened up in Egypt. Actually, 5 years ago in Egypt. So I'm not sure what happened in the first one, but I guess in the first one, but they had some gerbil character that I feel like he's. I guess you gotta watch the first one to get the context of certain characters making a reappearance. This one's in jail and all that, and but no, this film was nice. I liked it. I enjoyed it. Bad Guys number 2. I'm guessing that's sort of how you get to find out the context of certain characters in the film, in the franchise. The gerbil guy, he's in the gold limousine. It blows up. He leaves for space. I wonder if this fan's making. Put that fan down that way. It's already giving a noisy video because I have the windows down. Maybe I should put my window up, although it's a little too high just for the one window. But we'll do that. So the review isn't completely drowned out in noise. Well, maybe we'll put up. I'll stop for a little bit for you guys. But for the one person that watches, maybe Jordan, just for you, Jordan. But anyway, The Bad Guys 2. The guy, we learned that, I don't know what their livelihood's like. I guess somehow they make some money, but he just wanted to. It wasn't about the prize. He has this saying, it's not about the prize. It's about the heist. Like, it's just the adrenaline, the excitement. This reminds me of the Den of Thieves movie. I think this was another thing in the Den of Thieves movie. They said the same thing. It's not really so much like getting the money, getting the stuff, the end goal, which is the valuables, the things that we're perceiving as being valuable. It's more or less, what do you call, can I do it? Actually, that's exactly what he said in this film. In the other film, he did say that. I remember that. In the Den of Thieves, he said it. It's sort of like, can I do it? Can I crack that code? Can I overcome the security? All this other. So this movie's the same premise, right? With these guys, it's sort of the thrill of trying it out, of seeing if you manage, or you can make it happen. Which I like that little tidbit, but the lady, the cat, right? The bad kitty. The guy said, "I'm not a cat person," right? Acknowledging she's a feline, right? It's I think Piranha says that actually, or some character says that. I thought that was funny. I thought it was cute when they say that. See, this is why I'm not a cat person. But what do you call? Those two cars. Oh, there you go, just in time. What was I thinking in my head? Thinking of something. Yeah, she wants all the gold, but for what, right? What's the whole... She gets the magnet with the gold on it. I guess the idea is maybe to transport it in the cargo hold of the shuttle, but like, you can't get all the gold in there anyway. And then, it's sort of like... Her end goal wasn't the heist, it was the treasure, right? That was the end goal, I guess, the treasure. Or maybe part of it was that, can't she do it? And, she'd be, oh yeah, I can do it. But yeah, but then the treasure part of it, like, okay, well, what's the end goal of, like, you get the treasure in, like, what's the end goal of that? But, It's a funny scene where, like, the snake, he's in because they gotta share, there's only 3 suits and there's 5 of them. So some of the gang, they have to share a suit with the other one. And sure enough, Piranha, we know he farts when he's nervous, so that's a running joke in the film, is, that gimmick. And he's in the suit, he's nervous, he's farting, Snake's in there with him, Snake is dying. Snake only, he's a snake, he only has, only 1 foot is being used currently, and so there's these loose limbs, and Snake's like, he's incapacitated with the farts, and so there's a scene where they're floating away from the space station, which is not good. You're in space, you're floating away, you're probably gonna float forever. You don't stop yourself. He sees the pen. I like it's the same. The guy has a golden pen, ironically enough, and it's actually the same pen for the dude from the bank of Los Angeles that he was there. Let me lower this down. It's actually a little hot. It's the same pen, right? That the guy had. That he's like, hey, listen. You robbed us 3 times, and that was actually in the trailer, and it was cute to see it like play out again in the film. how was this bank? I like that he lies to him and he said like, oh yeah, I'll give you a call. You know what? I'll help you. I'll give you a call. And then but then he opens the door to tell him something else, something furthermore, and he sees him shredding his resume. Oh, okay, I got it. Yeah. And then later, like when they do the heist, the lady says like, I'm not asking. I got the blackmail. You're gonna help me do the heist because we need more hands on deck. And actually, we're big fans of you guys. We saw the work that you did. We were really impressed with your, stealing craftsmanship. Because they're called the bad guys. That's their name of their gang. Actually, I was thinking that in the first film, when I saw the trailer for it, way back when, I was thinking it was sort of the idea behind it was like these animals teaming up, like these different characters teaming up. Maybe that is what happens in that first film. I don't know. And then they get the nickname the bad guys. They become the bad guys, I guess, in that film. Although I'm not entirely sure. I have to kind of see like how does it transpire actually. But what was I thinking in my head with this film? Oh god, what was I thinking? The second one. Yeah, he's got the blackmail on the girl. I like that gerbil guy. He's in jail. But he tells her, like, I'm in prison. I'm locked up for the crimes that you did. You know that, actually? Like, I'm in here, but it's actually for the crimes that you committed. Not me. I didn't commit this shit. But I'm in jail because for your stuff. So, it's sort of like, hey, like, fuck you. It's like a big kind of fuck you moment when she... What happens with it? Yeah, she says, like, I'm not giving you a pardon. Because at this point, she's still the governor. She still has the governorship. Because the public doesn't know that she was a criminal herself. And she became governor. Which is, like, kind of a whole scandal in and of itself, is it? That whole thing. And I like that they weren't able to stop that from being uploaded. And then immediately when it gets uploaded, it gets, like, viral views. She's the governor of, presumably, the whole state of California, actually. She's the governor of the state as a whole. Not just... She's not mayor of Los Angeles. No, she's the governor. But Los Angeles is the most popular city in California, but maybe that wouldn't make... Because when they said governor, I was thinking, oh, maybe that's like a nickname for her. No way, she's actually the governor, right? I guess it would make sense that she goes to the maximum security prison, that maybe, you have to be a governor to get in there. Okay, well, I guess, I don't know. The mayor of the largest city in the state, can they... get a pass, maybe? I don't know, I feel like maybe her being mayor was more like kind of still big because it's a big city, but I feel like it's a little more, kind of feels more realistic, more attainable. Is it somebody that's I guess nobody dug up her pass? I like that they train together. They do like a training, fighting, staying active and healthy, her and the guy, and they clearly like each other, right? They clearly have a thing for each other. But yeah, she's got to remain professional. She's got an image. Basically, she's got this big public image. She can't just be, I'm being all sexy face with this guy. Although her secretary knows. So people in her private, well, it's the secretary. Maybe some other people in the private sphere, they're aware, perhaps. It's but I guess the secretary's not aware that she was an ex-criminal either. I don't know. I'm curious. That's also a curious thing. How do they... I guess in the first film they met each other, right? But it's also nice later in the film that, because she loses the governorship, basically, to that whole scandal. The scandal brews up, but you know what? I don't think she really gives a fuck. Was it fun being governor? It was, being pampered and all that, but I'm not tripping over losing it, because now I'm with the person I really love, and I actually can be openly with them. And then a smart thing happens towards the end of the film. They fake their deaths. I think it wasn't even their decision to fake it. It was maybe, I guess, the chief, somebody on the ground said, well, actually, hang on, when you guys maybe when they crash landed, they said, come up and we'll fake the death. Don't ask why, because they even asked, like, that moment when they do the whole funeral service scene, they asked the chief, like, hey, what was that all about? Like, why do we have to do all this? What's the fan service for? What's the deal? What's happening, right? And it's revealed that, how do you call, they're secret agents now. So now we know number 3 in the 3rd installment of this film, there's going to be, what do you call call, there's going to be, I guess, secret agent stuff happening, and they're probably Isglob. That's what it's called. It's called Isglob. The guy, one of the characters said that shit's not made up, bro. Because they said they even have the name. They have this name of this metal. Apparently, it acts as a magnet for gold. It kind of attracts gold, but it sounds fucking fake. It sounds like maybe it could be real, but also like they made it up for the movie. So I want to look it up. But then later in the film, what do you call? What was I thinking of? Later in the in that moment in the film when we learn about the name for this gold, for this metal, the one of the characters mentions like, oh, you only, and they mention something that's true actually. They say, the only reason you think it's fake, that it sounds fake, the only reason you think it's fake, that it sounds fake, is because you never heard the word before. But think of it, if you never heard if you never heard about gold and you were told about it, you would think gold is fake. Which is true actually, right? It kind of makes sense. If you didn't hear about gold, you would think that was fake. You know what I mean? Because that's also a word. Also, when you think about it, it sounds funny. The word gold, it sounds funny. So if you didn't hear about that, you would think that one was fake. But what do you call? What was I thinking of in my head? I'm trying to think of something. Actually, let me park right here. Should just do that. What was I thinking in my head? I was thinking of something. I want to see if my tire's a little off, because I do like to park this car nicely on the sidewalk right there. There we go. Nicely inside the car. The Bad Guys, number 2, part 2. Yeah, it's I like the little love ending scene. The Crow and Snake, they were dating. We learned Snake's got like all these, like the 4 of them, they're always hanging out at the house and stuff. They're more kind of close. Snake's kind of doing his own thing. And they say, oh, he's like kind of hippie-ish kind of guy. He likes kombucha. He likes fucking utter funny shit. But then they piece together, oh, maybe he's stealing shit. He's a thief but no, actually, it's, the times, I guess the times are coincidences, and he wasn't stealing anything. I like that the reaction of Wolf was like the leader of the group. His reaction isn't to like let Snake fall because, oh, he's stealing behind our back and we're supposed to be good. No, it's actually to help his friends. So I guess they're loyal to each other into that extent. I mean, they only have each other, basically. I don't think people have any families. It's just them. So they are their family. And I like the whole situationship, they're roommates. I like when, Snake, he did tell her about them, the Crow lady, and how do you call, what was I thinking in my head? She mentions to him, oh my god, the car's doing this again. What's with this car? My car is just messed up, I swear. I mean, it's driving okay, but it's just making loud noises, so it's probably not good, but what was I thinking in my head? I was thinking of something in my head. I like when he says, like, oh yeah, these are my roommates. These are my roommates. I don't have my own place. I have a shared place. Actually, these are my roommates. All 4 of them. I have 4 fucking roommates. Can you believe it? Yes. One of them is a female. Yeah, she lives with us. And so, but everyone else is a guy. Just the one girl in here. But yeah, we're all roommates. But, and then I like how they met story. It's cute. The little story how they met with, the kid had a hamster inside the cage, and the snake and the bird, they were looking at it, and they both said at the same time, hey kid, you gonna eat that? It's natural for them to want to get their predators, and that's their prey. And then when they kiss, she's like, the head's almost in the mouth when they're kissing, making out. Oh, it's hilarious. This film was nice. I like this film. The Bad Guys 2 movie review. Thank you for listening.